Alright, excuse me while I resync things again. I'll just need a moment to do that. Video delay. And now I believe that we are ready to go. So, once again we are going to be streaming to multiple services. I've got YouTube, I've got Twitch, and now I've got Smashcast. I wanted to stream to DLive as well, but DLive is a little bit strange. It's a new streaming service that I made an account on 2 days ago, and it seems rather bizarre because they've got some sort of weird credit system, and it seems to be all about donations and making money. It's really quite bizarre, but anyway, I don't know if I even want to touch DLive, but I've got an account there anyway, so lovely. Anyway, so recordings are disabled. Your stream recording will not be saved. If you want to change this, click here. Maybe I'll save that, yeah. Record your broadcast. Your stream must be offline to change this. Okay, well, the current recording to Smashcast is not going to be saved on Smashcast, but guess what? I don't particularly care because that's already being recorded to YouTube anyway, so that's not a problem at all. It's still saying that I'm offline on Smashcast. We'll see. It's saying that I'm online on Smashcast in restream.io, so I've got no idea. I don't particularly care. No, it's actually responding. Look, the only reason why I have Smashcast open on my laptop is so that I can interact with any chat that might be going on. I don't know, but regardless, just going to double check Twitch is doing things. Might refresh that. And then YouTube will also be hold on, no. Close that. Do excuse the preparation process that goes into this. It's just that I need to organize everything on my laptop here because my laptop is my eyes in a sense. So I'm able to see what the playback is like. I'm able to see the chats that are going on, which I would say is quite necessary. But anyway, the restreaming should be fine, even though I'm streaming to 3 different services because I'm streaming at a lower resolution to what I was streaming in the last video. So in the last video, I accidentally streamed in 1080p, which was not in any way necessary because this game only outputs at 720 anyway. So I was basically streaming at a much higher resolution than I really needed to. Now, I wonder if the game being a low resolution anyway would mean that ultimately it's not... the 1080p that you're recording is in actual fact not really 1080p in terms of the bitrate and all of that, because in the end you're not actually rendering more graphics. It's technically more, but the actual number of, I don't know, particles or pixels, whatever, I don't really know the terminology I should be using, but yeah, it shouldn't actually be quite the same as having an actual game outputting at 1080p and recording that at 1080p. So I don't really know. I don't know about that stuff. I edited the brightness of Demon Souls in OBS because that might make a difference, but I don't know. I really don't know what makes a difference and what doesn't, but all I can tell you is that in OBS, things are darker than they are on YouTube and I think Twitch as well. Like, for instance, my face is a completely different color in the live stream playback and in the post-recording as opposed to how I am on OBS. So in OBS, I'm quite orange. Over here, I'm much more yellowy, which is completely bizarre because you would think that any changes that I would make in OBS would be directly mirrored in the actual live stream itself, but that's not the case. So it's incredible that that's even a thing, that I would make a change in OBS and that's not even visually carried over. It's quite incredible, actually. I'm just going to keep Twitch open for now. Actually, you know what, I'll leave YouTube open until people come on Twitch, but I'm going to go and share this. Once again, all apologies for the amount of time that I need to spend getting ready here. But once I get this down a little bit better, as far as, you know, getting used to setting up for the stream every single time, this should take less time, ultimately. So I'll share that in the place. What's the thumbnail going to be today? Oh, it's alright. I've seen worse, definitely. I look a bit obese in that image. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm like... But let's not worry about that. Because every single time... Because, of course, when I share that video, it posts like a live thumbnail of not a live thumbnail, but it'll grab a random screen from the live stream, and generally I look like an idiot in that screen, so whatever, what can I do? So in this video what we're going to be doing is tackling World 4. No, not World 4. We're not going into World 4 until a bit later, but we will be going in World 4 before we go to World 3 and World 5, for example. In this video we're actually going to take on World 2, because I do need some materials to upgrade my Bastard Sword to +8. That is our current port of call. That is our current priority. We need to get the Bastard Sword to +8, so then when we get the Storm King's Demon Soul, which I believe is just called the Storm Demon Soul, we're able to turn the Bastard Sword immediately into the Morion Blade, which is obviously what I want. That is what this build is called, the Morion Blade build. But as well as that, I'll be able to create a miracle using the soul that I get from the second last boss of World 4, or in this case the second boss. I don't need to say second last, there are only 3 bosses in World 4, so it's a bit stupid to say that. I can just say the second boss, who is the old hero. His demon soul can be made into the second chance miracle, which is also going to be useful for our build here, so that is definitely going to be happening. No one watching on YouTube, I'm very sad. Anyway, what we're going to do is go straight into World 2 now, because I've been messing around just at the start of the video, so I don't really want to lose too much time while recording here. So as far as how long this stream is going to go for, I'd say maybe, well, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. I don't really want to do a super long live stream this time, because I was a little bit late starting. I ordinarily like to start about an hour before this. It's currently 10 in the morning. I'd like to start at maybe 9. But I was doing other things when I woke up this morning, so that didn't really happen. So I'm going to go two-handed here with the intention of killing this crystal lizard, and I think I can do that with a running attack here. Well, I'm not going to kill him with that attack, but at least stop him from running. That's what we want, because when he's running we can't really do much, but once he's stopped, we're okay. There we go, he's dead. So that's what we wanted. We're going to now try to fight these guys, which is going to be hard, because we don't have a decent piercing weapon at this level at the moment, so watch this. That slashing attack does fucking nothing, so we need to rely on critical attacks, and we can't actually, you know what, we'll just do this, that's fine. Because you don't actually need a shield to parry someone, obviously. I mean, that's something that most of you are aware of, I would suggest. But, yeah, it seems the riposta can one-shot, but not much else, so that's alright. I'll go two-handed R2 here, and that will kill you. But, yeah, anyway. Just going to double-check the live stream in Twitch. Seems to be alright, except for the fact that I've got a black screen, which is really good. Exactly what I wanted. It probably just has to do with my awful playback. But anyway, if it says that I'm live, hey, I'm sure that it's fine, even though I'm getting a black screen. There we go, now it's appeared. Oh dear. Anyway. So, oh, Crystal Lizard is over there. Fortunately, he doesn't despawn or anything weird like that. But, yeah, anyway. Forgot to get a tissue for the residual port, but that's alright. That's alright. Okay, so Crystal Lizard over here. We'll go pick up his staff, and then I'm probably not going to mess around with those guys. So these exploding things have appeared. It's alright, we'll go and make that explode. And it doesn't trigger this one, we need to do that ourselves. Oh, we still got hit by... Oh, never mind, we didn't get hit by that, we got hit by a troll that was following us from behind. Just gonna put some distance between us and then heal. But yeah, those exploding things are fairly easy to avoid, to be honest. As long as you know that they're there, you're not gonna really have a problem. What I want to do is parry you. There we go. Then I'll parry your friend in just a moment. I don't want to backstab him because I'm not one-shotting at that point, so it's better to just do this. So, I was a little bit worried about the fact that I couldn't parry with my shield, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I don't even need to have the shield equipped to parry, so I may as well just drop it and then do what I need to do. That wasn't a, well, that was a one-shot because I had already done damage to him through that exploding thing before, so, yeah. Anyway. So what we're going to do in World 2.2 this time around, which is different to what I did in the previous build, is I'm actually going to go through it normally, you see. I'm not going to be doing any bizarre, you know, platform dropping, as I did in the previous playthrough, which I did really, really poorly. I was amazed that I did so poorly last time, because I think I died twice, or maybe even 3 times when I did that, which is honestly not okay. On no planet is that okay, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I wasn't overly happy with that, but that's over and done with now. That's in the past. It's just that it's been recorded and will be immortal in that way, which I'm... oh, shit. I pulled my... that's so stupid. I pulled my glass up, but it got caught on the edge of my mouse pad, so it tilted. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, literally, the glass caught on my mouse pad as I was picking it up. It's not the brightest moment of mine in life, to be honest with you. This stuff's sticky too, I think, when it dries, so best to wipe it up, you see. Also get the stuff around the rim. It's already, it's either seeped into the groove or it's gone into the cork, but anyway. Nice shot. Alright, back to the game. It's almost a nostalgic flavour for me at this point, that port. But anyway, all guide of guidance, we're not going to make use of that really. Because, look, I didn't go down here in the last build, so I may as well go down there this time. So, we'll go and do that. I'm gonna go open whatever it is, YouTube, just to, you know, monitor the chat. Anyway. So if we head down here, you'll find that we will come out roughly in the same area as that more wide open location with Patches the Hyena, except with... well, good thing I'm not trying to get the Dragon Bone Smasher in this playthrough. Because I missed that parry, what ended up happening was yes, missing that parry resulted in that guy being able to go right ahead with his crazy attack combo, which involved a 3-hit heavy damage combo, which killed me, basically. So, there's not much I could have done there. Kill him. Cue him. Just don't kill me. Kill him, but not me, please. I don't need that right now. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, let's go. Come on. No. Don't go near him. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, I've only got one. Don't know where I picked that up. It must have been in the Nexus, because I haven't really used a stone other than that, I don't think. Dead. I'm basically running a critical build at this point, you have to understand. Because I am only doing critical attacks to kill these guys, which is completely necessary, basically. Because my current damage is just not appropriate. There we go. Oh, I did get hit by that this time. Because I'm an idiot. I will be leveling up my vitality as soon as I'm in the clear as far as the other stats that I want to level up. You annoying little prick. So slow to attack me, so I decided to attack you normally first. Because you see, I need to wait until he attacks me to be able to do anything with him, but... alright, I'll pick this up and get out of here. I got a chunk of hardstone, which is pretty good. So, I'm pretty cool with that. So, I think... just need to work out what's going on with this minecart here. Is it moving? Yeah, okay, so once we come down here, it will start moving, but it won't start moving like the first two. Despite us not being in the tunnels, so that's good to know. You're annoying. You can see how much guard break that had, or whatever you want to call that. I think guard break makes sense, yeah. So the amount of guard break that had was really rough. It's just a crop that he's whipping around, yet this steel shield can't really handle that. Alright, you're dead, get out of here. How heavy is the steel shield? I think it's maybe 8 units of weight, I'll say. 6? 6 units of weight, okay. So, this is probably the best comparison that you could possibly make to the Night Shield. It has the same weight, And the only difference between them is that this shield cannot parry, whereas the knight shield can. Now, if parrying is not a big deal for you, I'd say this would be the better shield to go with as far as high guard break reduction is concerned. It's called hit res in the translation in this game, so I understand the logic of that terminology. It's just that it's fucking awful, you see. So I mean, not the best translation here, which is why I do not have a problem whatsoever with the fact that Atlas translated the game properly, because I think it was necessary, most definitely. But anyway, take two with this troll in the alleyway down here, or in the tunnel, whatever you want to call it. Pick up my souls, of which I have 7,779. You can't see that because I'm in the way. That's the point. So, he wanted to attack me, then he changed his mind, basically. Now, my visibility here is close to non-existent, so... Uh-oh, no, don't get caught in that again, will you? Please, for Christ's sake. I very nearly died again. Because once you miss that parry, it's bad times. I can't do anything, okay. Let's go, mate. There we go. Whew. Not the most pleasant, I think you'll find. And I wasn't even one-shotting him there. Is he actually stronger than the other ones? I don't want Sharpstone. I think I've been getting a lot of Sharpstone. Yeah, look at this. I've got plenty of Sharpstone, not much Hardstone. I've only got one chunk of Hardstone, which is good, but... yeah, not so much on its own. Don't roll off the edge, please, because I know there's an edge coming up somewhere. Maybe not. My memory is not perfect here. But I think there is... I mean, is this Hardstone? Please be Hardstone. No, it's just a soul of some description. As far as killing these guys without ranged attacks, I'll try. I don't know if I... oh, hold on. A shield might help. There we go. I was hoping to reach his face there, but it didn't really turn out too well. Let's relax maybe, guy. Okay, you can reach his head like that. And there we go. So you don't really need ranged attacks, but definitely if you're dealing with more than one at a time, yeah, I would recommend it. Missed him, son of a bitch. Well, I'll try to remember that this guy exists. That's good to keep in mind. Because if I'm ever out of stuff... because remember, in the previous build, I was trying to find crystal lizards in this area. I didn't know that there was one here. Clear stone, sharp stone, I mean... ugh. I'm getting very unlucky with my hardstone in this playthrough. But anyway, I've still got a lot more that I can potentially get, so... I won't let it bother me for now. A large splinter of sharpstone, splinter of clearstone. I'll just say splinter even though it's actually shard in the correct translation of the game. I'll just call the Atlas version the correct translation. I'd say that it's fair to say that. But because I'm playing the Asian English version, we'll just say splinter because that's what it said. Why not? That microphone is huge! Yes, it is huge. It's a giant dildo. Enjoy it. Or maybe I'll enjoy it instead. The microphone itself is, yeah, it's a proper broadcast microphone. It's called an Electro Voice RE20. A very interesting thing is that as time goes on, more and more gamers en masse are becoming aware of broadcast microphones. Whereas before they were getting into the whole consumerist piece of shit blue microphones, which people still believe are good. They're actually not. For what you buy. I mean, what constitutes a good microphone, some people will ask. It's what you're getting with the money that you're spending. As far as what you're getting with the money that you're spending with blue microphones, you're getting not what you should be... well, you're not getting what you should be getting based on what you're spending is what I'm telling you. So, for example, you could spend the same amount of money on a blue microphone, as in, you know, Blue Yeti, Blue Snowball, whatever. You could spend that exact same money from a microphone that's manufactured by a more reputable manufacturer like Sennheiser, AKG, Audio-Technica, for example, and you would get a much better microphone than anything that Blue would manufacture. But you see, there's this, you have those two separate consumer bases. You have the gaming community, and then you have the actual people who use microphones on a professional level, not in a I play games for a living sort of way, but like, you know, actual professional. those are the two different consumer levels. But gamers are becoming slightly more aware of the fact that actually their gamer consumerist products are really bad. Like, we're talking about people who perhaps didn't realize that headset microphones are kind of bad. I mean, I guess people didn't really come to terms with the fact that this was the case until relatively recently. So that's a funny thing to mention. But this here is a proper broadcast microphone. It's an Electro Voice RE20. There are a number of microphones that Electro Voice produces, but this one's the most popular one. It's used by... you will find this in the vast majority of radio stations. It's a fairly well-priced microphone as well. The reason why I went with this microphone is because, to start with, it's an end address microphone, which is my preference. I prefer not to have this side address microphone that's like right in front of me here. That's common with condenser microphones. What I prefer is to have it sort of a bit further away, so you can have the length of the microphone further away from you and then the end of it pointing towards your mouth. That's just my preference. As well as that, this particular microphone, given its frequency response, is quite flattering for my vocal frequencies as well. So because I have more of a lower voice, it really does pick that up well and flatters it basically. So that's why I went with this microphone, and given its price point, it's actually really good. You could probably pick this mic up for around $400 US, I think. Maybe even a little bit less than that. But yeah, it's pretty good. For how it sounds, for the price point, it's pretty good. I don't know how much of that sound translates through all of the connection bullshit of a live stream. You probably lose a little bit of the fidelity through that, but I would say that it still sounds pretty good. You can do a lot with it. The biggest difference that you will find with a good microphone and a crap microphone is how loud you can be in the microphone without it distorting. Part of that has to do with its impedance, I think, but as well as that, just the general volume of the microphone itself does affect that. So if the microphone is by default a very loud microphone, obviously it's going to peak at relatively low volumes, whereas you can put this thing in front of a kick drum, which is insanely loud, and it's not going to distort anything. That's the point. This is like a proper broadcast / instrument microphone, whereas, you know, you want to put a fucking Blue Yeti in front of a kick drum, you might, yeah, have fun with that. Anyways, so, getting off the topic of microphones now. Yeah, I will try my luck, Patches, no problem. I should have talked to him first. Maybe that's going to affect something to do with his side quest. I don't really know. But anyway. The point that I was making before was that I think gamers are slowly but surely beginning to realise that broadcast microphones are actually the way to go. So I'm not the only one using a RE20 at this point, or an RE20, but yeah. Some people are using decent broadcast microphones. It's all about the exposure of the internet. What I've found is that all of the things that I used to be interested in on the internet and also in the real world are slowly but surely entering the psyche of the mainstream, because the more time passes, the more the mainstream can't actually escape what's best and what's good. So slowly but surely, all of the things that are actually good in this world are being discovered by the mainstream, because the thing is, they can't stay hidden forever. If they're great things, they're going to be discovered. So that's how it works. And I suppose broadcast microphones for gamers are one of the many examples that I could whip out of the ether when it comes to that. But anyway, and another example of that is the Soul series. You know, how long can the Soul series go undiscovered for? Not very long. I started Demon Souls in 2009, before it came out in English, and, before Atlas did anything with it anyway. And, obviously the Soul series has become very different since then. It used to be it used to be a niche, if you can imagine that, so it had a nice little community. That community doesn't exist anymore. It's now fused with the actual community of gamers, like all gamers, because a vast majority of people have played it at the very least, and a huge number of gamers across the wide spectrum of what people like to play enjoy this game. Well, this game series, I should say. No one fucking knows this game, which is good. I like that. Some people know the game, but they wouldn't, like, if you actually showed them it and told them to play it, they wouldn't know it from a bar of soap. So, the ultimate point that I'm making, and I'm getting burnt alive here, get away from him. But yeah, the ultimate point that I'm making here is that good things cannot stay in obscurity forever. Do I really have to kill these guys? I don't want to. My desire is low. Blue sponsors a lot of gamers though, which is awesome. The only reason why they do that is to maintain their consumer base, which is unfortunately full of complete fucking idiots, so who would have thought? Anyway, sorry, I'm not very friendly, am I? Yeah, of course they sponsor people. How else would they make money from their shit microphones? I mean, seriously. But, of course. I think there's some greystone down here. But I have to keep killing these rockworms, which is annoying without a ranged weapon, is the point. They're fine if you have a ranged weapon, it's just I don't. So I have to try and hit the head. There we go. It's alright, it's just... I'm very much used to killing them with... that's a chunk of greystone. But I think there's some greystone just sitting on the ground through here. If we continue in that direction, that's going to take us, you know... That's going to allow us to continue through World 2 going the long way. Or World 2 going the long way. But, of course, these guys with their heads moving around is very annoying, but... Can you stop? Okay, yeah, you do that. So... I just need to try and balance shielding that attack. Ooh. It's like you're dancing with these guys, really. It is like a dance. Oh god, I got breathed on. I'm starting to run out of grass. Let me just check what I have in terms of grass. I don't actually have that much. I have a lot of Crescent Moon, but that's not... I'm at a point in my health now where that's just crap, so... Oh god. Staying away from him is important. I think I'm about to get mobbed. I can hear them coming. Oh my god. I'm getting mobbed. Let's get out of here. At least for now. I might equip my Crescent Moon because Crescent Moon's better than no nothing, so... No nothing. I don't know what that is, but anyway. I'll double check YouTube to see if anyone's watching there. Nope, not really. Okay. Streaming to YouTube at this point is just because that's where that's my center for content creation, so it's important that I stream to YouTube just for the sake of that. And it has the auto-archiving business. It seems that Twitch doesn't really auto-archive things. It does, but not permanently. At least that's my knowledge of it. Maybe it's changed since then, but really, I don't want Twitch to be my center for content creation. Only in terms of actually allowing people to watch it live will I make use of that. I really don't want to fight all of you guys. They're going to drop, like, Dragonstone, but I don't need Dragonstone. That's not important to me right now. As you can see, when you choose to go through this area manually instead of doing the shortcut, it really does take some time because there's some bullshit you need to deal with. And I feel like I'm dealing with that bullshit right now. It's kind of annoying. But I don't want to, I don't want to fight you guys. Ugh. I'll deal with them later. I'll just fully exhaust this area of its usefulness before I do that. That's the Dark Heater shield, isn't it? I think so. The +2 Dark Heater shield, which I'm not very interested in right now, for obvious reasons. I'll kill these rockworms, not that I want to do that. I really don't want to. Maybe I can just get past them, I don't know. Oh my god. They really do suck when you're going melee, I can't deny that. You know what I'll do? I'll give up on all of them. Oh, then again, I don't have the grass that I need for the boss, do I? I really don't, so maybe I should give this a miss. Maybe I should return to the Archstone, maybe buy some grass, I don't know. Because... And I was saying just in the previous playthrough that I rarely run out of grass, but obviously either my play has been really poor, or I've made the wrong decision coming to World 2 before going to World 1 2, I don't know, but... Yeah. Things are not in balance right now in terms of my... grass consumption versus grass acquisition, so yeah, it's not too great right now. I mean, if I'm having to use Crescent Moon grass in World 2, it means there's something wrong. I do have a little bit of late moon and full moon grass, but full moon is definitely overkill at this point, and late moon, well, I don't want to use that until I've exhausted all of my other options, so... Late moon, of course, is the next step up from half moon, but it's a considerable step up, having said that. So, you... This is probably doing a serious number on my weapon's durability, but I do have an Ed's Grindstone in my inventory, so I don't have to worry about not being able to make use of this weapon once it's broken. I can just use Ed's Grindstone, and then, as I'm sure you can guess, it will fully recover its durability. Not like Repair Powder in Dark Souls 2, which is close to completely fucking useless. I'll never forget repair powder in Dark Souls 2. I mean, I don't care so much about Dark Souls 2, I don't really play it, because it's an awful game, but there are certain things that I remember from that game, and that shit is part of it for sure. Anyway. I'm glad I can still hit them. Fortunately, this is a rather vertical striking weapon. But anyway. Let's go. It's kind of interesting that they just have full command of the sky and they can just float around all over the place. You know, I have actually heard people state that this game has aged poorly. I mean, how? I mean, has it aged poorly? Can you really look at this and say, oh, I can't play this game? It's from 2009, but it's perfectly fine. Really, I mean, I understand that there are some aspects to it. I mean, you can clearly tell there's not a game from, say, 2018 or 2019, but hey, like, it's fully playable and very, very similar to all the other Souls games, so still got that classic formula. And this is where it originated from. This was the first application of that formula, and it works really frickin' well. So, saying that this game aged poorly is basically akin to saying, I can only play games that were released in the last 3 years and nothing else. That's basically what you're admitting. Or at least, maybe not 3 years, but maybe 5 years, I don't know. Which is sad, you know, like, well, so maybe it speaks of the sort of generation that people are stuck in when it comes to gaming, I'm not sure, but I believe whoever said that to me, that Demon Souls aged poorly, I believe whoever said that was older than me, even, so I don't know what sort of planet they're living on. Not Earth, I can tell you that much. But anyway, I'm not really going to get into details about that. Anyone who speaks ill of Demon Souls is automatically an idiot, in my opinion, but the only reason why is because this is my favourite video game, so obviously I can't really accept anyone speaking ill of it. I understand how you could speak ill of it, because it is a little bit clunky in some respects, but I find that charming, so anyway, not everyone finds clunkiness to be charming. I do. I mean, it depends on the way that the game plays and the way that the game is in general. There are certain circumstances in which clunkiness can be forgiven. And I'd say that this game, just being an absolute classic, and just being this, you have to look at it in the same way as you might look at, well, maybe this is an extreme example, but Ocarina of Time. I'm not very forgiving of that game, but hey, it's clunky as fuck. Why is that? It's because it's the first time they've introduced that entire concept into a video game, so that's why it's clunky. Same with Super Mario 64. The reason why that's an extreme example is because that was like a huge graphic jump compared to what was out before. So, whereas this was not like a huge graphic jump. This style of, these graphics were pretty much commonplace by 2007. I suppose games like the original Witcher were forerunners of that, but I'm not like fucking gaming historian, so don't quote me on anything I might say, but I'm not a gaming historian. I can only speak in terms of my own gaming experience as time has passed. That's all I can speak for. So if you lead that guy into there, you can avoid him if you don't want to kill him. I don't really want to kill him. I can get some Dragonstone maybe, but I really don't. You're in here too, you little bastard. Oh, you're not little, actually. I won't call you a little bastard. Oh, God. Anyway, so I said that I was going to return to the Archstone because I couldn't fight the Flame Lurker, but here I am. What am I doing? No, seriously, what am I doing? I'm not going to be able to kill the Flame Lurker with this grass. There's no frickin' way on this planet I'm going to manage that, because I suck at the Flame Lurker. Unless I do the exploit, which I might do. It is possible to do that with the sword, it just takes a while. You know what, let's just do the exploit. I was going to fight the Flame Lurker normally, without doing the exploit, but because of my low amount of grass, I'm going to not do that. I don't know if it's, even if I had the grass, I probably wouldn't want to do it, but I was going to do it just this time. I wanted to do it at least once on camera, but anyway. I thought I had a hair on my glass, but it was actually a hair attached to my head, sitting on my glass, so it's like, okay. Anyway, that's life with long hair. Life with long hair with Doomlink. Anyway, I can't remember which direction I want to go. That's going to explode. Come on. Okay. Now, I think we want to drop down there. We do, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing important over this way first. This is the long way that I'm going right now through World 2. Obviously, for those of you who either are familiar with the game or saw the previous build, you would be able to identify that this is indeed a different path and a much longer path. That is the lava lake down there. This is a fun place to go, and I think you can get lots of dragonstone through here. I don't know about other upgrade materials, however. I'm just not too sure about that. You can see that it's actually a nice little location down here. It's a place that it's very interesting because it's quite cool in how it appears visually, but it is completely and utterly optional. You can very easily go through the game without ever actually visiting that location, so it's kind of interesting. I don't exactly want to get lost down here, but anyway, alright, let's just drop down here and continue on, shall we? Oh god, it's you. Well, I'm going to try and lead you out here, if I can. I don't even know if that's going to work. I've done this before, but I forgot how I do it. If that makes sense. He's so fat. I mean, clearly these tunnels were dug by them. Lol, what is that drink? It's port. This is this is going to take a long time, I think. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Maybe it's... Does he speed up? Maybe it's better if I encourage him to jump on me, because if you're close to him, part of his attacks involves jumping on you, you see. So maybe that'll speed him up a little bit, but... Come on. He's not going anywhere. He's not moving. He's basically telling me, hey, kill me. If I attack you, will you do something? He moves backwards. What a little bastard, or a big bastard. He is quite large. Anyway, so that's where we came from before, I think. Isn't that right? Yes, I think so. Oh my god. Okay, yes, that's where I am. Are you gonna actually come after me now? Do I really have to kill you? Because I don't want to do this. You see, if I were doing a post-recording, I would just speed up the attacking of this guy, but I'm not doing a post-recording, so I would have to do it in real time, and that's going to take a long time, as you can tell. His health bar is barely going down at all. So, oh, you're a fucking asshole. Okay, so... I don't know if I even need to go in this direction. This is the worst part. Once I have confirmed, and I don't know if it is indeed the case, but once I have confirmed either way, whether that's the only direction I can go in, I'll do whatever I need to do with that guy, but yeah, it's possible that that's the direction I need to go in. What about this? I don't usually get lost in here because usually I'll just attack whatever thing I need to attack, but because I'm not doing that, I might actually get lost in here. You know what? I think what we need to do is kill that guy. I've decided that if I don't kill that guy, I'm just going to get lost in here, so let's go ahead and fight him. Let's just do it. There we go. I wasn't even expecting to end up back here already, but here I am. Let's double check the durability of our weapon. It is... Why does it say duration? And that's what you call an incorrect translation, ladies and gentlemen. So, basically, instead of saying durability, it said duration, so... The only way duration would work is if it were like a time-based thing, but it's not, it's... Okay, now you're moving backwards, that's fine. Do you realize how long this is going to take? This is why I don't come through here. I'm doing it once on camera, just for you guys, but yeah, seriously. I don't think I'm going to go the long way again, unless I have good magic or something. Generally, if I have magic or something, I'll do something with these guys, but like I'll attack them and not have a problem with them, but if I'm using a weapon like this, generally I wouldn't even bother, unless I were doing some sort of post-recording thing, so in the sense that I would edit it. Because if this was sped up like 10 times, this would not be a problem to watch. But because it's not sped up 10 times, it's going to be a huge problem to watch. So sit tight, everyone, and relax, actually. Just relax and enjoy the dance with the weird thing. I don't even know what to call it. What can I even relate this thing to? It's like a giant, I'm trying to think of what it is. I guess it's like a cross between an armadillo and a slug. Kind of. But I feel like armadillo isn't what I'm looking for here, as far as what animal it is. You know, armadillos are similar in the way that they've got sort of short, stubby legs, I think, and they're quite wide and long and all of that. So I guess if you got a big slug, right, and made it fornicate with an armadillo, maybe this is what would come out. Don't know about the lava part. Maybe if you got an armadillo and a slug to fornicate in lava, maybe this is what would come out. I don't know. Not that I'd want to watch that, but maybe for science I would watch that, but not for much other reason. Or not for any other reason, rather, if I could speak English. Speaking English is a good thing. But, oh yeah. Should have checked Smashcast. Don't know if anyone's even watching. Don't think so. Recordings are disabled. Okay, apparently I've been streaming on Smashcast, but anyway, doesn't make a difference to me. I've got a notification on YouTube. Oh, it's telling me that I'm live. Thank God, you know. I never would have known otherwise. YouTube is so useful. Telling me that I'm live. It's like, okay. So, how would I not know that? Regardless. I really don't enjoy this. But we're actually making some progress at the very least. You can see that we're definitely about 2/3 of the way through here. So, very soon it will die. Watch out for that penetrating tongue. Penetrating. The penetrator. I always go through World 1 first because I want to be penetrated by the penetrator. I don't know. Just a thing that I decided to say. Will I regret saying it? No. But, yeah, obviously, everyone likes to make jokes about the penetrator. A lot of people liked to make jokes back in the old days about the Souls series, because at that time it was only Demon Souls and Dark Souls in the Souls series. They used to make jokes about how you had a lot of these suggestive boss names like the Penetrator and Ceaseless Discharge and whatever else. Those were the two common examples anyway. Ceaseless Discharge. Well, he's a flaming guy who shoots out fire. I mean, what would immediately make you think of someone ejaculating? I don't know, unless maybe you associate that giant deformed creature with something sexual. I don't know. It's not really how I would look at Ceaseless Discharge. But anyway. Yeah, the Penetrator and Ceaseless Discharge were the two naughty monsters. Or enemies, I should say, not monsters. There we go, avoid that tongue, and I think he will be dead in one more hit, maybe two more. So once we do this final hit, oh god. Once we do the final hit, we need to get out of here. Because he's going to explode like you wouldn't believe. Did he explode? I didn't hear it. But whatever. It's good to know. It's not because I'm deaf, it's because my TV volume is quite low at the moment. I'm just going to guess that this is exactly where we needed to go, for the simple reason that he was not going to let us through unless we killed him. And I couldn't really see any other direction to go in, so I think, well, god, where are we going? I think, well, we're going down. I can tell you that much, we're going down. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, well that's useful. Never mind, apparently we're going up. Maybe we went down really far already, so we need to go up. The reason why I'm saying we need to go down is because we need to drop down all of those levels to get to the Flame Lurker if I'm going the short way. I was about to say the long way, no, the short way. If we're dropping down those things, we need to go down, but maybe we've already gone down enough and now we need to go up to that point. Which would be interesting. I mean, we're definitely going the right way, put it that way. I think, based on the... Uh-oh. Yeah, so we've now finally reached that point where we're at the dropping down location. So this is the final part where you drop down into, I believe. You've got some rockworms down here, and they're quite interesting, but we're not going to bother with them. We're instead going to go straight through here, and this is where the boss is. So if you really, really want to have a long, drawn-out path of getting here, yeah, that's how you do that. If you want to really, really waste your time, do that. However, if you want to go the short way, but not kill yourself like an idiot like I was in the previous build, then yeah, go the shortcut. The only reason why I did that was because I thought I'd be able to get more materials by going that way, but in the end, if I actually go down that tunnel, it doesn't really give me anything except dragonstone, maybe a little bit of greystone as well, so I'll try to remember that. There's no real reason for me to actually avoid the shortcut while going through World 2-2, because you can stop short of going into the tunnels to get to this point. Instead, you can just go around the surrounding areas, pick up anything that you might want to pick up, and then go and do the shortcut. So I also need to go to the place with the crystal lizards and the black phantoms, so I'll be doing that fairly soon. Anyway. So I suppose, oh, the cutscene was having some problems there. Maybe it's because I do have that scratch on the disc. I have a rather strange scratch on my disc, which is like one of the few games in which I have a scratch, or on which I have a scratch. I didn't want you to come to this side. I'm trying to cheese you. Can you let me cheese you, please? There we go, that's what I wanted. So, you don't need magic to cheese this guy. If you have a longer weapon like this, it's also completely doable. Even a shorter weapon can do it. But, I can demonstrate that for you now. Well, that's not going to hit him, but... let's go, come on. You can see I can hit him through that. All you need to do is do one hit, walk back, and generally you'll be okay. One hit, walk back. Because whenever you hit him, he will do that. One of those, outward strikes. Oh, maybe not. This time he's going to be nice and not do that. But yeah, this is the best way to fight the Flame Lurker. I really don't like fighting him any other way. But I would fight him if I had more grass, I can assure you, because that's... I don't mind doing it once or twice on camera. Just no more than that. Twice is beyond the limit to how much I'd want to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. I do apologise for how long and drawn out this entire Archstone level has been, but yeah. I guess I'll just know not to do that from now on. Just don't need to go the long way. Most people who go the long way are the people who don't actually know about these shortcuts, so yeah. Because they probably get to that point where you begin the shortcut and they don't realise that you can actually drop all the way down there. They probably think it's just, you know, if you want to continue there, you'll just die. Which is a fair assumption, but in actuality you won't die if you go down there. We may as well take the Dragon Gold on as well, just for some souls. I'm cool with that. Our current soul counter is 11,845, by the way, which is pretty decent at this soul level. I'm still at a pretty low soul level, so yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, once again, I think even for this, if I were doing a Let's Play or something like that, I would speed through this, just due to the boredom that would befall my audience from watching this. But anyway, let's go, come on, no! Nobody is over there. There's no need for you to jump around. No, stop it, come over here, come on. Yes, over here, there we go. Over here. Generally, the best thing to do is take off the Thieves' Ring. It prevents this kind of crap. I do have the Thieves' Ring off, so excellent. I guess it doesn't prevent that kind of crap. Taking it off, so... But yeah, I do have the Ring of Herculean Strength Ring on for the simple fact that I need extra item burden to have all the stuff in my inventory that I have right now. Mostly those upgrade materials, you see. They do weigh you down. Quite a bit. And as I have said time and time again, it is always worthwhile getting that ring. It's just to save you from having to discard crap, which I never like doing. I prefer to just have it all in Stockpile Thomas's bag, or bank, not his bag. Although it seems that he stores things in bags. If you have a look, he's surrounded by a bunch of bags, and that seems to be his method of storage. He might have some crates as well. But yeah. Going to go to YouTube, see if anyone is there. No one is there. Sad times, man. See? I stopped streaming for 1 week due to internet problems. And then I've lost my audience. It doesn't take much. I can tell why people are so... Like, people who have to do this for a living, I can tell why they're so fucking stressed. Doesn't take much to lose an audience. Anyway, as you can see, now that he is at this point of health, he's really burning up. So, this is the very, very dangerous point of the fight. So, this is the reason why I hate going melee with him, because he gets to this point. So being anywhere close to him, I think, will hurt you, maybe. But more than that, he's a lot more relentless with his attacks. So... Seems to have the same resistance, though. He doesn't have any more or any less. So... At least not to physical attacks. And I don't believe he has any more or less resistance to magic either, so... Yeah. Everything seems to be going alright with the live stream. Been live streaming for 50 minutes, and I haven't really done much more than Archstone 2-2 right now, so... Yeah. Not making the best time right now, but anyway. I can't actually hit him unless he's right at the bone. So, with magic, you don't need him to be right there. It helps, but you don't need that when you're using magic. But if you're using melee like this, yes, it is necessary, I think. So, anyway, that is the Flame Lurker, everyone. See how many souls I have now. Just let me collect them first. Red Hot Demon's Soul. That will probably be necessary for the Morion Blade, but I'm not too sure. 34,345 is my end souls after killing him. Now, because I don't trust myself during the Dragon God Traditional Hero's Soul, is that what that said? Traditional Hero's Soul. Oh, the translations are so funny. Anyway, once again, for those, like, for instance, back then, when you only had a choice of either this crappy translation or the Japanese version, yeah, I'd go with this version. It's not very difficult for me to make that decision, because I would rather be able to read what's on the screen. You know, that's why I'm cool with awful fan translations for games that only came out in Japan, because I'd rather read what's on the screen. It's actually really daunting when you have your screen covered in these completely foreign characters. At the very least, if it's a poor translation, you can actually get an idea of what's there. But otherwise you just wouldn't know. So I just really can't play games in Japanese because I just don't understand anything of what's on the screen, and it really bothers me. I need to be able to understand something, so... Yeah. As far as this as a Japanese game, there's actually a decent amount that's still in English. All of the character text is in English if you system in the Japanese version, so that helps you from being, well, that saves you from being too confused about that, so that's a good thing as well. But yeah, as a Japanese version of a game, it's not too difficult to understand. But I'm sure if I hadn't actually played this game first, and I went ahead and, well, this version of the game first, and I tried to play the Japanese version, I'd probably have a few issues trying to understand what I was doing, so yeah. I'm going to put away the Red Hot Demon Soul for now, and the rest of this I'll probably consume. So at this point I need to... Well, what we'll do is we'll go and equip all of this here. I'm going to go and buy some grass fairly soon. Don't know who from. Don't think Baldwin's selling too much interesting. I think it's just Crescent Moon that he sells, so... maybe I could go into 4-1 and get Grave Robber Blige? I don't know. Is that worth doing? Maybe? It's just that I really don't have much grass right now. I'm probably not going to need any during the Dragon God, so I won't buy some before that fight, but... Yeah. Let me just make sure that... Stop it! God, it's in English and I can't even select the right thing, yet in the Japanese version I was selecting the right thing. It's insane. Yes, he only sells Crescent Moon, and we're not going to bother buying any more of that, even though we've only got one and not much else. It's simply because we're just not going to get much use out of that. Because once we have anything that's not Crescent Moon, we're going to be using it. Or at least, I just don't want to use the Late Moon and Full Moon right now, because I don't have much of it and it's just not necessary. But, yeah, seriously, Crescent Moon, But even before this point in the game, you want to be leaving it alone. Just don't touch it. It's not worthwhile. It takes too long to heal at that small level each time, so... Alright. We have 43,745 souls. So using those, we are going to level up. Now, what do we need still? We need to get our faith and our intelligence up, or will, I should say. I'll just open the planned stats here again. In terms of what I should level up first. Well, I think they're leveling up my physical defense at the same levels, so... Oh, well, magic defense will go up when I do this, so let's get you to 18. Excellent. And now you to 18. Can we do it? Yes, we can do it. Excellent. So now what we want is... Next we need to do magic, which is gonna... Yeah, we can do it, but... Once again, the magic, I need to make a decision on that. Because when are we actually going to get the Beast Talisman? I'm not too sure. Well, we're definitely not going to get the Beast Talisman until after we've got the Morion Blade and the Clever Rat's Ring, and Second Chance. That's going to be the last thing we get for the build, so maybe I'll leave magic alone for now. Yeah, using all of the souls that I get from World 4, I'll probably get my magic up. That's no problem at all. So, we'll get Dexterity to 14 now. We can't get it all the way up there, but that's alright. No problems at all. So, what we're going to do, I think... Let me just switch back to YouTube here. After checking Smashcast. And there's nothing going on there, no problems. But, yeah, I might not bother with Smashcast, to be honest with you. But, anyway. Now, one thing that I need to work out, and this is interesting, I don't know if I should be live streaming to YouTube Gaming or not. I think I should be, because I think YouTube, like, just regular YouTube live streaming, no one's really going to be able to find it, you see. Whereas YouTube Gaming... Because what I can... like, there are 3 different things that you can live stream to when it comes to YouTube. YouTube Gaming is one of them, and I'm not currently live streaming to YouTube Gaming, so maybe I'll have to do that from now on. Maybe I'll actually get an audience on YouTube, I don't know. But, because at the moment, the only people watching me on YouTube are the people who know of my channel. So, yeah, I'm not actually getting new viewers. Twitch is the polar opposite of that. Twitch is just a bunch of people coming in who wouldn't give half a shit who you are, who basically just watch stream after stream, have probably seen more different people stream than you've shat in your lifetime, and yeah, you're basically chop liver to them. So it's like the polar opposite, basically. One, you can get an audience, and the other one, you get such a seasoned audience that they don't care about you. So yeah. Rather than being a person, you're just basic entertainment for these people, so it's like your humanity is stripped for the benefit of their entertainment or something. It's like, as soon as you're not entertaining them enough, you're gone. Done. Move on to the next person. But that's Twitch for you. I don't have a problem with that. It's just that it's interesting to observe, especially in comparison to the YouTube live streaming thing. I don't really focus on Twitch too much, but definitely it's an opportunity to get a little bit more of an audience and people to talk to as well. This other guy, whatever his name is, Shubulon, who I was talking to there, he sent 3 messages in the chat. Didn't really have too much interesting to say, but I remember when I was streaming to Twitch last, I had a nice guy to talk to. He was pretty cool. I liked him. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know how I keep getting hit by this. You know, I generally don't get hit by that, but it seems lately I have been getting hit by it, and it's really annoying. Fortunately, I've got good defenses with this armor set. Now, I'll mention one good thing about this weapon. Watch this. One shot and you've got it broken. It's quite good. Oh, I don't have the Thief's Ring on. That's half my problem right now. Let's go ahead and equip that, because we don't need it on right now. Like the Ring of Herculean Strength, we're fine with that unequipped. So that's going to help us in our fight. So what I'm going to do is break that and just run. If it took me any longer to break that, I would not want to continue running, probably. I'd probably just get hit. But, yeah. Definitely for the Dragon God, I would recommend the Thief's Ring. It's highly recommended, in fact. But yeah. So what we're going to do is grab that stone of ephemeral eyes and we will continue down this way. From what I've been able to tell, you're not really attacked by the dragon god from this side because he's pierced down by that, whatever you call it. I guess harpoon we'll call it. He's harpooned on this side, so he can't really attack you properly on that side. Oh no, he did breathe some fire. I don't know if that would have hit me or not, but let's avoid anything you might want to do to me here. The dangerous stretch is this one over here. I should have enough stamina to do it. There's going to be a crystal lizard up here, but I think he only gives me clear stones, so I'll see what I can do. If I turn around and have a look, you can see he's breathing fire all over that. But we're fine. We don't have to worry about that too much. That item that's glowing there... Oh no, that's not. I was thinking that was it. Oh no, 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 no. I think that's a bit fucking dangerous. I'll wait until I have him fully harpooned before I go there, I think. Now this guy drops clear stone most of the time, I think, but just in case I'm going to try and kill him, see if I can get something else. Can you not? You saw that. I hit him there and he was still trying to disappear. That's not common in this game. Chunk of clear stone, yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I think the crystal lizards mostly drop clear stone in this level, but or in this archstone. But definitely that particular crystal lizard pretty much only drops clear stone, from my memory. Anyway, Master's Ring. We don't really want that because if I read the description to you, you're going to understand why we don't really want that. Increase sweet spot damage, decrease other damage. Sorry, I thought that was the... I thought it was a different ring. So, basically that's really good for critical builds, I guess. That's like the Hornet's Ring, right? That's the Hornet Ring of this game. It's just I don't really do critical builds, so I didn't even consider to do that. But sweet spot, it's quite an interesting way to translate that, but anyway. Sweet spot damage. Anyway. Except the way that it differs from the Hornet's Ring is that the Hornet's Ring does not decrease your other damage, so this is actually a balanced form of the Hornet's Ring. And that's just assuming that I'm interpreting the use of that particular ring correctly. I just remember reading it in the past with the Atlas description and deciding that it was not something that I would want to use. Whereas that description makes it look as if that's something a lot more worthwhile using, so I don't know. I can tell you right now that I don't remember using the Master's Ring. I might have used it in maybe one build, but yeah, I have no recollection of that. I've done a lot of builds for this game, so I can't remember all of them, but I don't readily recall using the Master's Ring at any point, so yeah. Regardless. Not much going on, but that's alright. So, at this point, I want to go and get some grass, because I don't want to level up with these souls and then have no souls to buy grass, basically. So, what I'm going to do, and I still need to get some more upgrade materials, because I don't think I really picked up anything to upgrade this weapon while going through World 2 before, so I need to try and get that stuff. Ooh. Now. I just had a great idea. I can use miracles, okay? Now, if I get to World 4-2, that's what we're going to do. Now I know what we're going to do, guys. So what we're going to do is go to World 4-1, complete 4-1, access World 4-2, rescue Saint Urbain, use the Dragon Demon Soul, not to give us souls, but instead to get the God's Wrath miracle, and then we'll use God's Wrath in the Crystal Lizard Pit in World 2-2. Absolutely. Because I'm not going to be using that for anything else except to get souls. And you know what? I think I can pass on the souls to have a guarantee that I'll be able to get the items that I need to upgrade this thing to +8. I think we're going to do that. So, how long have we been streaming for? About an hour at this point, I think. I can't actually see exactly how long. So I'll reopen Restream. I'll reopen Restream. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on now. Actually, I should just be keeping Restream open at all times. It's actually a nice thing to refer back to. It's got all the information that I really want. So, that's nice. Anyway, what we're going to do is... Well, what are we doing? I guess... because we'll be able to buy some grass from, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I need to decide whether or not I want to level up with these souls that I have right now. Let's level up a little bit. At least a little bit. I'm not going to use all of them. I have 29,597. Where are you? You're up. No, you're not up there. You are up there. Because whenever you can't find her, look for the archstone that you just came from. She will often be there. And I thought she wasn't there, but she was sitting on the ground. I just couldn't see her. Dexterity to 14 is what we want. Maybe I'll level up once more. We'll put it into magic. Why not? So cool. Now, we've leveled up our faith up to 18. I think we'll have enough miracle damage to be able to one-shot those crystal lizards with God's Wrath. Hopefully. Of course, in this game it's called God's Wrath as opposed to Wrath of God. It's effectively the same thing that you have from Dark Souls, except it has a slower casting in this game. But I think the trade-off for that is that it does more damage in this game, so yeah. God's Wrath it also looks a bit visually different. In this game it's not quite as solid looking. In Dark Souls it's this rather solid white shockwave, whereas in this game it's, yeah, not quite as solid, but anyway. Going to backstab you. I'm going to be able to do more damage to these guys than, say, the trolls in World 2, but you can still see that could be better in terms of the damage. God, my stamina is not the best right now, so anyway. I'm actually doing alright damage with, what do you call those? You know, you have a specific window of time where when you attack an enemy you deal more damage. It's a counter attack, that's what it is. So, counter attacks, yeah, I'm dealing a decent amount of damage, but yeah. Still not the best. I'd like to backstab you if I could. No, you turned around right away. Good for you, my guy. There we go, managed to backstab you there. And I'll go two-handed and mash you, why not? Thank you for dying. Back in World 4.1 again. We came here a lot in the previous build, but we've got a new build now, so we don't have to worry about that. Come to die. But yeah. We shouldn't have to do quite so much backtracking in this playthrough, I don't think. We'll be doing a little bit of backtracking in World 2 too, but because I've decided to use God's Wrath, we're not going to be backtracking quite as much as we were in the previous video, because remember, not the previous video, the previous build, because remember in the previous build, what we actually ended up doing was constantly going back in there only to kill like 2 crystal lizards. Well, this time, I guess we'll be backtracking the same amount, but we're going to be getting more out of that backtracking, basically, so. As far as Colorless Demon Souls, I think we're going to need Colorless Demon Souls to upgrade the Morion blades. So yeah, that's actually really useful. So if we can get a Colorless Demon Soul from that, and I guess we also, what's our, God, Boletarian Palace is low. I would like to get some more Colorless Demon Souls, definitely. But I can't access Execution Marauder. I blame the fact that I was unlucky with the starting tendency of Boletarian Palace. It was pretty much at neutral when I started, which is not cool. I would prefer it not to be that. But anyway, you guys are dead. Thanks for dying. If I go down here, I'll be able to pick up the key for Grave Rob Oblige. I'll probably do the shortcut for World 4 here. Stand in the corner, I should be fine. There we go. Excuse me. So, yeah, we'll probably do the shortcut, because why not? I don't really need the souls that I would normally get through going through this area the standard way. But, yeah. What I'm going to do is go rescue Grave Rob Oblige, and then we will do the shortcut. Maybe while I'm here, we'll go and get that Colorless Demon Soul from Sparkly the Crow. It saves us from backtracking later on. If I'm already here, I may as well do it now, because the less backtracking, the better, I would say. So that's what we're going to do. Hello? Well, let's go, my friend. Alrighty. You know what I would really like? I would like it for, just by chance, a subscriber of mine who's been subscribed for a long time to be able to watch me live. That would be really cool, but it seems they only really get the chance to watch these after they've been recorded live, so yeah. I always stream around the same time, so at least most of the time, so maybe you're asleep during this time, I don't know. Whatever your time zone might be. So what we're going to do is drop the extra Talisman of God. We have one here already that so we don't need two, basically, is what I'm telling you. And we're just going to be swapping this for the Talisman of Beasts anyway. But, of course, it's kind of obvious. Don't pick it up, for Christ's sake. It's kind of obvious, but you can only get an item from a particular trade once. I can't put down 2 Talismans of God and then get 2 colorless Demon Souls. That would be insane, actually, if I could do that. But, anyway. God, it's hot. Not that that's strange, of course. It being hot, how bizarre. No, I've been suffering at the hands of the heat for quite a while. Oh. Anyway. But yeah. Now we should have a colorless Demon Soul. Which is good. The next live stream that I do, by the way, now that I think about it, will probably be Wind Waker. Because I'm feeling like returning to that again. It's just a nice, relaxing playthrough that I do. You're welcome to watch it if you want. But it's just a little bit of fun. Missed that time. So if we go around to... Sorry, I messed around with my boom stand there a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm not going to give you anything else. But thank you for the enthusiasm. What's this again? Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, that's useful. I'm not going to need this Dark Moonstone, but I may as well kill him anyway, seeing as though I'm here. Getting attacked from behind, which is kind of annoying. Alright, Splinter of Dark Moonstone, haha. Did you see that arrow? That was crazy. That arrow is doing some very interesting things, I have to say. Oh yeah, Grave Rob Oblige, nearly forgot. Let's go and rescue him if we can. We'll use this Late Moon Grass, that's fine. From Grave Rob Oblige, we should be able to buy lots of Late Moon Grass, so that's what we're going to do with him. I think we can buy Half Moon as well. But anyway, we will have a look and see what will be happening once we have rescued him. I don't think we can buy from him while in World 4.1. We might be able to. Can't quite remember. But, oh yes. Need to be very careful here. That hurts, yes. I agree, that does hurt. Shit, this is not a good scenario. In case you hadn't noticed. This is a good place to fight them. For sure. New Moon Grass. God, I don't want to have to use that. I'm going to equip Full Moon, just in case. Seems those skeletons have leashed. Yep, if they want to leash there, then I am down for that. Used Copper Key. We will rescue Grave Rob Oblige. Is it Bilge? It is Blige, I was going to say. Yes, we can buy stuff here, but it's possible that if we speak to him in 4.2, it's going to cost less soul. I can't speak. It's going to cost less souls in 4.2, I think. So 400, 800, if I can remember that. I think this is Soul Remains. Renowned Hero Soul, never mind. But yeah. So, was it 400, 800? That's what it was. So if I can remember that, we should be alright. As far as actually determining whether it will be cheaper in that area. This is annoying me. Because I just don't have the stamina to do strong attacks and shield their attacks, basically, is my concern right now. Because this is their leash zone, they're going to be really... Because I've gone into their leash zone, they're going to continue attacking me as I go through here, so... Oh, come on. Honestly, it's very difficult to deal with enemies that are this mobile in such a small area. It really is. Absolutely the case. Crescent Moon Grass, yeah! Awesome. Let's head over this way. Actually, no, it wouldn't necessarily be faster to come up in front of the Vanguard. And I'm probably not going to kill the Vanguard, there's just no real reason to do that. Killing the Vanguard is another one of those optional things in the game. So yeah, I don't really need to do that. Just to make sure that I can get the distance that I need, I will get it to where I'm able to fast roll, then I'll put all my armor back on. So I think we need to fast roll to get the distance up. Even doing that, I didn't get the distance I needed. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I'm being stupid, obviously. Where do I want to roll? Here will do. No. Try again, Doom Link. Obviously I suck. There we go. No, I fell on the wrong side. Shit. Damn. It only bothers me in the sense that I have to waste time going all the way back. Anyway. I don't want to have to heal myself, but then again, I'll have to do that for the boss anyway, so... Unless I equip the Regenerator's Ring in the meantime once I pick that up, which I will be picking up in a brief moment, so... Let's try that again. Obviously I don't know how to do the shortcut correctly because I'm stupid, but anyway. There we go. So we'll pick up the Regenerator's wing. Yeah, the Regenerator's wing. This is not the first time I've actually done that. Like, I think last time I was saying the same thing, which is a bit ridiculous, but anyway. Go and attack you. Once again, there's no real reason for me to do this, but I guess I feel like getting some Dark Moonstone. Why not? I'm just not going to be using any Dark Moonstone weapons. This is a Morion blade build, not a, you know, magic weapons scaling build, so... Yeah, that was the previous build that I did, not this one. That would be very silly for me to do it twice. But, yeah. It's going to be the same with the Northern Regalia build. It's going to take a while to actually get the weapon that the build's going to be based around, but whatever. Come on. The Grave Robber's Ring is just up here. And I now know why. Whatever his fucking name was, Rydell. Black Phantom Lord Rydell. The reason why he was so aggroed at me is because I usually use the Grave Robber's Ring to fight him. But I completely forgot to do that last time, so that's why he was so pissed off at me. You know, oh, God. No way am I going to fight you, because he can close to one-shot me, this guy, and he has a lot of health, so... I think I'm going to run past you. Do excuse me while I go and do that. No, there's just no way I'm going to actually do that. Now that I think about it, I'm so stupid. So, instead of, I'm so stupid. Instead of using the heal miracle, and this is proof, once again, that I do not even think to use the heal miracle when I have it. I could have just used the heal miracle to heal myself. And I can still do that now, in fact. But anyway. I just don't want to bounce off his stupid hand. It's very annoying when that happens. Oh, obviously I didn't move far enough there. That attack does do a little bit of damage for sure, but oh god, don't want to get hit with that. So annoying. Please get knocked down. This should knock him down. There we go. And now for, well, that's not that much damage actually, not as much as I wanted. Obviously I have pretty low damage for this, but once I get to World 4-2 and rescue Saint Urbain, I'll be able to get God's Wrath, and then I'll be able to upgrade this weapon a lot more, so we don't have to worry about that, at least not so much. Need to go around the other side. Because if I try to go around his left side, I'm just going to end up walking into the wall and I'll just get hit, so that's not going to be good for me, basically. Yeah, I'm really not happy with my damage right now. I mean, definitely during this fight, it's very telling when I'm doing so little damage to him while hitting his head. It really is very telling. So... there we go, got his head. If I didn't get his head, not his head, sorry, I managed to knock him down. If I actually didn't knock him down there, I probably would have been hit, so... Worst thing is I can't even kill him now, so... I have to wait again to do that. Going to his right side is perfectly fine. It's probably safer to go to his right side, really. But yeah, just go to whatever side you're going to be safest going. There we go. So, there we go. Next attack will kill him. Definitely took a little bit longer than normal. Really, I'm not doing much damage at all. Then again, it's only a +4 upgraded weapon, so I think I'm only doing like 160 damage or something like that. 156, pretty close. So, yeah. What we're going to do now is go and rescue Saint Urbain. And it's going to be a little bit difficult because we need to fight a Black Phantom Uchigatana guy. Not like a skeleton, but an actual guy. He might even be using the magic sword Makoto. So he's going to be doing a lot of damage to me, but he's relatively easy to fight. Okay, so he sells this stuff at the same price. So I can buy a total of 84 with the amount of souls that I have right now. I'm not going to do that, just going to buy 20 to start with, and I had cancel as my default purchasing option there, which is annoying. But anyway, nice voice, how appealing. Hello, Grey Havoc. Welcome to the stream. I am a humble streamer who has a very small audience, but welcome. I stream for enjoyment, not to make a living. So, I'm one of those people who has a hobby. No, anyway. So, I landed on that switch. I didn't mean to land on that switch. I'm going to try and kill this guy. This is really going to be risky. I would much prefer not to... I was going to say, I would much prefer not to die, but anyway. Not impressed. Not impressed. No, seriously, I'm a bit pissed off. But fortunately, I don't need any positive tendency in this world, because obviously dying while alive is a problem, so that is if you want to have positive world tendency, but I don't really care about that right now. It's just I'd generally prefer not to die, if you can imagine that. I get the feeling you're a musician, am I right? Well, look, I'm a creative person, and I'm musically creative, but I don't play an instrument, which is interesting, but yeah. But that's a good assumption, definitely. I am creative, and I have a huge respect for musicians and the way in which they create with their instruments. But yeah, I'm musically competent, if you understand. It's just that because in the past I undertook structured lessons, it didn't really work out so well for me because I've never been good with structured lessons, you see. But then there's also the thing, it's like, oh, I'll teach myself, but then you don't. So that's the situation I'm in right now. That's why I don't actually play an instrument, but I have the capacity to play an instrument, basically. So your guess is pretty much right on the mark. Now, we don't have Patches the Hyena here because we did not speak to him in World 4. So, not World 4, World 2. Why do I keep swapping those around in my head? I'm an idiot. Clearly I am. Anyway, the place down here is where we're going to have that Black Phantom appearing, and I'm a bit worried to fight him. There he is. He's generally very easy to deal with. See how he bounces off your attack like that? Is he losing health? No, he's not. Because that would have confirmed that he's using the magical sword Makoto. He's using 2 Uchigatanas, I think. Actually, is one of them a hiltless? I think he's got 1 Uchigatana, 1 hiltless. Yeah, he has a hiltless in his right hand. That's why he's losing health. It's because every single time you successfully strike something with the hiltless, you actually get cut. Now, it's interesting because up until recently, I didn't really know why the hiltless was dealing damage to you. I understood the logic of it. It didn't have a hilt. So therefore, okay, you're getting hit by the weapon in some way. But the insane thing is that you're holding the blade. Like, what you're holding is a sharp part of the blade wrapped in a cloth, which is wet with your own blood because you've been holding it. I mean, imagine having a sword where you have nothing to hold. You're actually just holding the blade. I mean, I don't know whose frickin' idea it was to design that sword, but anyway, it's terrible. But it's a good sword though in the game. You're honestly the classiest motherfucker I've seen on Twitch. Well, hello. I'm not a normal live streamer either. You see a lot of live streamers sitting here going, I don't do that. I talk non-stop. I do not stop talking. The reason why is because I come from a Let's Playing background. I've been doing Let's Plays for 10 years now. And you don't want to sit there and do nothing while doing a Let's Play. So therefore, when I'm in a live streaming format, it's no different. And because that's just how I engage in content creation, that's just how I'm going to do it. I have no desire to sit here and not talk. It's not why I create videos. I don't know, maybe I like to listen to myself talk, I don't know. But definitely being a talkative person helps when you're a Let's Player. But definitely I think that that talkativeness is extending into my live streaming, and I think that's a good thing. Because, you know, why not engage with an audience? I think that's a pretty good thing. So, yeah. I'm glad you have found my video, or my live stream, or whatever. because I do like interacting with an audience. But now that we have rescued Saint Urbain, we are able to make the God's Wrath miracle because we do have the Dragon Demon Soul, and once again we wouldn't be using that for any magic because we're not using magic in this build. That's the point. This build looks very uninteresting at the moment, but it's going to become very interesting by the time we have finished World 4, because we'll not only have a Morion Blade, we'll also have Second Chance, and then going into World 3-1 we'll be getting the Clever Rat's Ring. But even before getting the Clever Rat's Ring, I do intend to make full use of the Morion Blade, insofar as you get the damage bonus from it by actually being at 30% health. So that's what we're going to do pretty much immediately once we get that, obviously, because that's the whole idea of the build. Making use of the Morion Blade. And then, oh yes, we will be using magic. I was wrong when I said that. It's just that we're not using anything that we would want to make with the Dragon Demon Soul as far as magic is concerned. So for instance, damaging magic, we're only using buff magic, which is going to be Curse Blade, and that does not in any way scale with your magic damage. So I was technically wrong when I said we're not using magic, but anyway. Play any other games? Not many others. Look, I don't play that many games, but I do play a lot of the games that I do play, if that makes any sense. I play the Monster Hunter series. I've been playing Monster Hunter and Souls for the same amount of time. I started this game in 2009, and I started Monster Hunter Freedom Unite in 2009. So two very key game series that I play I started during the same year. As well as that, I play a lot of Zelda, which is where my name comes from. Doom Link is correctly pronounced, or correctly spelled. Obviously, Link comes from Link. Who would have thought? Anyway, no, seriously, that's the situation. And the reason why it has an alternative spelling on Twitch is for the simple reason that it was taken. And the stupid thing is that I would have been able to take that name because I've been using Twitch for at least as long as Twitch has existed, on and off, but I wasn't using the name of Doom Link there, which is stupid, because I kind of discarded the name of Doom Link for a period of maybe 3 or 4 years, but it originated from 2008, and I used it between 2008 and 2010, then picked it up again in 2014, so yeah. Anyway, what am I doing? I need to... yeah, this is one thing that annoys me about talking to people. I love it. I do love it. I like talking to people, but I get off topic and off task, which, yeah, can annoy me, but I like to talk to people, so... Is there a red tearstone ring in this game? Yes, that is called the Clever Rat's Ring. That's what I'm going to be using in conjunction with the Morion Blade. So therefore, what I plan to do is have insane damage. What I'll be doing is using the Morion Blade, which is essentially the red tearstone ring in weapon form, and then I'm also going to use the Clever Rat's Ring, which is this game's red tearstone ring equivalent. I believe it's exactly the same. And I'm also going to have Cursed Blade, which adds heavy physical damage to your weapon at the cost of your health, like a little bit per second, but that's alright. I have also a miracle, which is called Second Chance. Clearly you're not familiar with the game, so this is going to be really crazy when I tell you this. But Second Chance, how that works is it's literally a second chance. Once your health gets to 0, your health goes straight back up to full. So it's a crazy miracle, and I love it. But anyway, I'm going to be using that as well. So there's actually no real true risk to using a red tearstone ring build in Demon Souls because you have that second chance miracle. So some people would say, why would you use that, Doom Link? It's so cheesy. But hey, you can only do it in this game, so why would I not do it? It's special. I like doing that. Anyway, so, well, I would like to do that. 2 slots. I do have 2 slots, don't I? Yes, excellent. So we're going to go and learn... It's called Rage of God in this translation. It's okay. It should be called God's Wrath. Of course, Wrath of God from the Souls games after this, well, it was called Wrath of God, but in this game it's called God's Wrath. In the original translation, the Asian English version, which was the original way in which you would play English Demon Souls, this was the first version of the game that I played. It existed before the Atlas version came out. I think this version of the game that I'm playing right now came out in February of 2009, whereas the Atlas version, which is the English version that we all know so well, came out in October of 2009. So, fun fact. Now, Rage of God, Subdue Soul. It's just so funny reading all this stuff. Slow recovery, we don't really want that. The Adjudicator, maybe if you wanted to be super weird, I mean, you wouldn't need this, but you could use the Regenerator's Ring in conjunction with the Adjudicator's Shield, in conjunction with slow recovery, and then just constantly be healing yourself. But you shouldn't really be intending on getting hit that much that you would need to heal that much health over time. But anyway, I have the game, just never finished it. Yeah, it's definitely worth playing. I'd recommend you pick it up. It's good fun, because for me this was my first Souls game, and it's, yeah. I think you always have a soft spot for your first Souls game, and for me, I went through the process of having this game completely beat the ever-loving shit out of me, and then I conquered it. So you just fall in love. It's like an abusive relationship or something, I don't know. But I have some, maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know. It's not actually, because this game, like, I'm in control now. I'm the dominant one. I used to be the submissive one. This game whipping me on the arse all day, but now I'm the dominant one. I'm whipping it on the arse. Sometimes, I'm basically a switch with this game, because this game sometimes whips me on the arse, but I prefer to whip this game on the arse, but sometimes it whips me on the arse. But anyway, point being that I go both ways. But anyway, I don't know what kind of fucking analogy I'm coming up with here, but it's clearly not something that needs to be continued, and I'm going to change subjects right now. The Wrath of God is something we're going to be using for World 2, obviously, and that's going to be really, really useful, because we'll be able to kill all of those crystal lizards. We're not going to lose out on any of them, hopefully, unless I do something stupid and miss out on the first two that appear before you get into that pit. So we'll have to have a look and see how that turns out. I've got some more souls now, and because I've bought grass, let's go and equip that grass actually. I do have it equipped, but I'll put it here. I like to have it nice and organised, you see. Bit bizarre, I know, but organising things? What the hell, Doomlink? We're going to go and equip fresh spice now, because we're going to be... oh, let's go equip something we don't have. Let's go buy some now. We have some old spice, but I don't need it. At least not right now. We'll buy 10 just to leave it alone. We're not going to need much more than 10 for now. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's check Smashcast. I'm also streaming to Smashcast. We'll see if anything's going on over there. Nothing. I think this is the last time I streamed to Smashcast. The idea being that I can sort of expand my audience maybe, but I don't know, shit. I don't even know anything about Smashcast. What even is that? I was going to stream to D Live, and that's like creepy. It's like going to, it's almost like how you're in a pub and then you go into the gambling area and it's like, what the fuck? Like, everyone's sad, everyone's like, it's all money. That's what D Live is like. You go in there and it's all about making money and donations, and it's like, ooh, what's going on here? I'm just doing this for a hobby. This is creepy. It's actually creepy in D Live. D Live is relatively new, but if it's all about making money, I'd say it's going to be pretty popular. So I'm glad at the very least I managed to get my my screen name on that account, but anyway, which is Doomlink, the correct spelling, not with a C at the end. But yeah, D Live. We'll see how that goes as the year progresses. Maybe it will get more popular, because, you know, making money by playing games is what everyone wants to do these days. I have a thing called a job, so I don't need to do that. Anyway, so what am I doing? I've actually forgotten. I need to level up just before we go into World 2, because we do have 28,512 souls. Let me show you that right now. It's right here. Am I pointing in the right direction? I can't see. Hurry up, playback. I need to know if I'm pointing in the right direction. Whenever you're ready. I should be looking at OBS. Am I pointing in the right direction? You can't... Never mind. My head... Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. The reason why that was incorrect is because the way I've framed myself here is different to how it was when I was originally doing it. I must be physically bigger now. That must be what it is. You know what? Let's make myself smaller. That's pissing me off now. I don't want to be too big. There we go. Anyway, so no one wants to be productive nowadays. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. I would never be able to make that my life, because I would actually feel so unproductive. I'd probably be depressed, because all I would be doing is sitting on a game all day, every day, and that's so not what I want to do. A game is something to be savored. It's like, you know, it's like drinking alcohol, right? I know a guy, recently, there's a guy, this is the most extreme example you can possibly fucking conjure up, but I'm going to conjure it up anyway. There was a guy who owned some kind of alcohol production factory, and he became so, I mean, he was having some problems in his life, obviously. You would need to have problems in your life to resort to this. But he became so enamored with alcohol that he was drinking 1 bottle of vodka per day, refused to let any of his family see him. He'd shut himself away in his factory and just drink vodka all day, and they eventually came in and found him covered, like his bed was covered in diarrhea, and he was sleeping in it, and he was like a few steps off from death, and it was like the full thing. What does that have to do with anything, Doomling? Thanks for that story. What it has to do with is that a bit of alcohol is nice, okay? Even maybe a lot is nice, but not that much. Same with gaming. Gaming is something to have fun with, maybe even, you know, have a lot of fun with, but you don't want that to be your entire existence. It destroys you. Maybe not quite as much as alcohol. It is fucked up. I'm sorry for that story, but it's true. It's a true story. And I really, yeah, maybe I should choose my stories better, because that's fucked. But, yeah, point being that a little of something, and even a lot of something, is nice, but you just don't want it to consume your life. And I think it's the same with gaming. Just, I mean, if you can, because the thing is, everyone, when they're not doing it, thinks, hey, I can make money by playing games. This is great. But none of those people, or at least a lot of them, are not. A lot of them are not happy. And I can see why. It's because it's like anything. You get burnt out. Now, imagine if you get burnt out on a game. Think of the thought, or just picture the thought, feel it, how it feels to be burnt out on a game. You would not even dream of continuing to play it after that point. But imagine that you have to do that now as a job. Woohoo! That sounds like fun, doesn't it? No, it doesn't sound like fun. So, basically what I'm saying is that it's not pleasant. It ends up becoming a normal job, and in my opinion, in some ways it becomes worse than other jobs you can have out there. So, a lot of people romanticize the idea, but I think the more time passes, the more people will realize, hey, it's actually not the nicest thing. So, yeah, aside from my really disturbing alcoholic analogy, or comparison, yeah, it's probably not the best thing. I'm not saying that by playing games all day you're going to end up sleeping in a bed full of your own diarrhea, but, I mean, maybe you would, I don't know. Maybe games have a strange effect on some people, but it doesn't have that effect on me, fortunately. But, yeah. Thieves' is definitely going to help as we continue into this area. One problem, okay, there are not many problems with this game, but here's one. If I'm moving forwards and I press circle to exit out of this, I immediately go into a roll. If I'm standing still, it's no problem. I stand still. But if I'm moving while doing that, and I press circle to exit out of that, I go into a roll. That's one problem with this game. There are not many, but that is one. And it bothers me sometimes. But I've obviously gotten very used to that at this point, so. Anyway, we're going to go to the Armor Spider Archstone and give the Crystal Lizards a try. And that's right, when a game feels like a chore, it is not a game anymore. That's absolutely true. The entire point of playing a game is to have fun. Now, there was a period of time where I played first-person shooter games. It was between 2009 and 2012, we'll say. I got to the point where I realized, hey, I need to stop. Because, you see, I'm a rather emotional person. I've discovered that, you know, you have a lot of different people in this world. Some people are quite emotional, some people are not. I'm a very emotional person. I'm almost feminine in that way, in the way that I'm emotional. But because obviously women are quite emotional. I'm not quite at that level, though, by comparison. Anyway, point being that when I was playing first-person shooter games too much, I was having too much of an emotional stake in the outcome of each and every match that I was having. And I would actually get genuinely upset if I didn't perform well. And then I came to the realization that, hold on, why do you have such an emotional state in what's going on in this frickin' first-person shooter game? Like, just stop. And I stopped. I stopped playing those games because I just realized that that's not what gaming should be about. You shouldn't be sitting there and, I guess, really getting upset if you've not performed well in a match or not done what you wanted to do in that first-person shooter game. It's like, all it is, it's just competition. I mean, you get the satisfactory, well, you become satisfied by, you know, beating the other team. It's like, okay, great, how long does that last for? The best part of 1 minute. And then the frustration that remains while you're playing the game or after you've failed or whatever the scenario is, what ends up happening is that lingers, or at least it did with me, and that's because of how I am. Some people don't let that linger. It lingers with me, and it sort of affected my life. Like, I just didn't feel as happy in life while I was playing first-person shooter games, just because of that anger. And, you know, my life, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, I say that ironically, unsurprisingly, I should say, to be unironic, my life improved after I stopped playing first-person shooter games, and I started focusing a lot more on this stuff. I mean, I used to play this a lot still, but first-person shooter games took up a lot of my time as well. So I guess I used to be a bit more of a gamer, but yeah. Point being that for someone like me, playing first-person shooter games is just not good because you end up getting too emotional about them. So the overall point that I'm trying to make here is that games are to have fun with, not to be a chore or to make you angry or to affect your life in a negative way. They're just supposed to be something that makes you feel good, but not, like, dominate your life, you know. So these Black Phantoms over here, we're going to try and... Yes, excellent. So I've lost one Crystal Lizard down there. That's okay. You relate to that a lot? That's good. Because, seriously, that's how I felt with first-person shooter games. And I have returned to them since then. This is one thing that's important to mention. It's not like I've completely thrown them away. I do play first-person shooter games occasionally. But what happens is, I go through each and every match online in those games. I'm having a good time. Like, even if I lose completely, like if I perform really shit, like I don't care. Like, I actually emotionally don't give a shit how I perform in the game, which is completely different to how it was when I was playing a lot. But then if I start to play a lot, I start to feel myself slipping back into this situation where I have an emotional stake in the outcome of each confrontation, and it's at that point I stop again. Like, I don't let myself get to the point where I'm really getting angry. I just stop at that point. I go, okay, I'm starting to have an emotional stake in this, let's stop. So, some people just don't have that scenario arise at all. Like, they just won't have that problem. Like, they won't care, no matter what happens when they play the game. I'm not that way. I guess that's because I'm more of an emotional person. So, for someone like me, once again, first-person shooter games are not the way to go. If I do play them, I play them not very much. I want to fight these guys a little bit more individually because this is not working out, as you can tell. And then there's also the fact that I'm not doing much damage. So come on. No! See, in the time that I take trying to get this stupid woman to attack me, the other guy attacks me. Just one of you, please. Not both of you, one. Please. If you can. Shit. Because I can't... what I'm trying to do right now is parry them. And parrying them is not a problem, it's just that when they're both trying to hit me, that's when it becomes a problem. So, yeah, really, not... I'm not a fan of that. Shit. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, hit me. Don't turtle me, please. Oh my god. This is so frustrating. Because you have to understand that they're turtling me. I'm not doing much damage at all. And you know what? We'll just have to slowly but surely beat them down. That's what we're going to have to do. When you go two-handed, that's actually easier. Need to get away. See, I'm so much... like, I'm more comfortable when I'm more mobile. This is not a very mobile build. But the reason why is because I want more defense for this Morion blade build, so... I'm probably going to change to the... I don't know if it's a lighter set, I think it is. I'm going to use the Ancient King set that I'll get from Old King Doran in this build. Maybe for aesthetic purposes, I'm not sure. I think it will be functionally good as well. Don't turtle me, please. I thought we decided that we weren't going to do this anymore. Lady with the club and the short hair. No, but really. So there's one dead. And they both drop a stone of ephemeral eyes. They're absolutely worth killing. They give you some clear stone as well. So now we can start parrying. That's what we want. This is now going to be much faster. This is going to be Garl Vinland levels of easy. So, bye-bye, my friend. Are you dead? No, you're not. You're still slightly alive. Well, now you're no longer alive. Actually, you might have been dead in the first place. I don't know how these black phantoms work. I think they are technically like ghosts or something. But anyway, these drops are set, by the way. I don't believe you have a chance to get some other sort of upgrade material. Now, let me just confirm. I believe I have enough. No, I definitely have enough MP for this. Definitely. Yes. Okay, so now we'll use some fresh spice. That's fine. So that is what God's Wrath looks like in this game. You can see it's a lot less solid than the Wrath of God that you would cast in the other Souls games. You love dodging? Yeah, that's my preferred style of play. At the very least, I like to sort of have a balance between using the shield, but then also... Watch this, by the way. Oh, these guys aren't dead. Shitballs. They're actually slightly alive. Did I lose that guy? Shit. So somehow... Is it distance-based? Because you saw that I killed my... Oh, no. Okay, shit. Damn. What we're going to do... Okay, this is what we're going to do, guys. If we level up our... This is really interesting. So what ended up happening was, I thought I'd killed them all, you see. But I didn't. They were extremely close to death. So if I level up my faith one more level, which is going to be okay, that's alright. I only needed it to be 18 to have the right amount of, not the right amount of MP actually. That's right, my MP was based on my intelligence, I forgot about that. But I do have 18 intelligence, so that's okay. But yeah, so what ended up happening there was that I just need a little bit more magic, miracle damage, and we'll be alright. We'll be able to kill them in one go, I think. So I ended up missing out there, so... That was something that I was afraid of before I went and did this. I wasn't sure if they were going to die in one hit. And they're so close that I think upgrading my miracle damage just by one level is going to be enough to kill them. Because you saw that. You couldn't actually see the red of their health bars. They were so close to being dead. So I actually think that we only need to do that once. And if we can't do it, if once isn't enough, I'm going to be sad. Because then I will have wasted that level up. But it's only one soul level, so it's not too bad. You almost wiped the whole room with one spell. Yeah, so once I level up my miracle damage by 1, I should be able to actually do that. So, yeah, but that's God's Wrath. That's probably the best application of God's Wrath in the entire game, to be honest. Because the problem with those crystal lizards is that there are so many, you can't kill them all. And they have a limited number of times that they can disappear before they disappear forever. So if you can make use of God's Wrath correctly, well, if you can make use of it at all, you're able to deal with that much easier. So if we level up our miracle power, that's what it's called, I reckon that is all we need to hopefully one-shot them. Now, I've taken it to 19. I only needed it to 18 to use the beast talisman, but it should be okay. I think it also needed to be 18 for me to get 2 slots for miracles as well. I don't know. Anyway, back we go. Could you upgrade the talisman instead of leveling up? Didn't even think to do that. I don't know if talismans can be leveled up in this game. I think they can be, but I often don't, simply because it's very rare for me to actually use God's Wrath, so I'm not used to damage-based miracle builds, you have to understand, but I'd say that's possible. Let me just go and double-check that in the wiki now, just for my own learning, I guess, because it's a nice thing to know. But I would say that if you upgrade the talisman, it will increase its damage. That is if it is upgradable. This is one thing I'm not sure about. Because the Talisman of Beasts, for example, can't be upgraded. So maybe talismans can't be upgraded in this game. Possibly the same with catalysts. I've just never really bothered to do that. Maybe because of my own stupidity. It's possible. Let's have a look. So, Talisman of God, Wooden Catalyst. We'll have a look and see if these can be upgraded. I was correct. The Talisman of God cannot be upgraded. Is that right? Yes. Can't be upgraded. Can't be upgraded. Excellent. So you threw me off. I didn't have confidence in my own knowledge of this game when you said that. But yeah, you can't upgrade either catalysts, which are used for casting magic, and you can't upgrade... Come on, please get him. And you can't upgrade talismans either. So it's just a set amount of damage with that casting item. Please hit him, please hit him, please hit him, please, please, no. Oh, God. Anyway, what do you do? It was probably just going to be clear stone anyway, but I have gotten decent stuff from them before, so... As in, non-clear stone. It's not that clear stone's bad, it's just that I don't need that right now. Can you please show me your back? You know what? We're not doing that. Going to... Hold on. No, no, no. Don't punch him. But yeah. Answer to your question is no, I couldn't upgrade my talisman to do that. No! Please, shit, get out of there. Please get out of there. Don't even do this for 1 second. I had like 1 HP there. Holy God. So that was not a fun situation there. Backstab. I backstabbed the completely wrong one, but whatever. I backstabbed one of them. Stop it. It's a bit rough, isn't it? I mean, I'm not even in New Game Plus, I'm having this sort of problem. Seriously. Anyway. Regardless. So I'm going to coax that into exploding. And then we're done. But yeah, I'm a bit pissed off that I lost that crystal lizard, but that's alright. We have a lot more further down here. And once again, praying that we have enough miracle damage now to one-shot those guys. Because they were so close, I would be really astounded if I didn't have the miracle damage that I needed. But I'll keep that in mind if I can possibly remember that. To use Wrath of God to one-shot those crystal lizards, I need 19 faith. I'm not going to remember that, but I'll try to make a mental note. We'll see. At the very least, I'll remember that I did discover how much I needed, but... Anyway. No, they're not lizard people. Maybe it's a bit too dark in your playback. They're actually weird trolls, but I'll just aim for this guy. Because I'm going to give up on the other one. I don't think I'm able to get him. No, 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 no. At this point, I'm not even going to be able to get this one if I keep playing like an idiot. No, hit him. Okay, go straight on. Don't even angle it. Just straight on. I don't want to piss... Okay. You know what we'll do? Here's what we can do. He's going to run all the way... Okay, this is actually better. So if I can get you to go... Yeah, he's going to run off. Okay, this is better. This is better. This is better. I've actually just made a great decision, I think. Alright. What are we doing? What are we doing? One shot, one shot, one shot. Yes! One-shotted them all. That's what we wanted. Alright. Shit, okay. Let's get the Ring of Herculean Strength. But yeah, seriously. 19 faith is what we want. So, getting lots of clear stone, don't really want this. Hard stone, yes. Sharp stone. We'll have a lot of rounds of this, so that's alright. So from what I can tell, it's actually better to just push them into the pit along with the rest and then just kill them all. So that's pretty good. No, so they're not lizard people. They're like these weird trolls, if you can get a better look at them. Don't know what you mean by lizard people, that's all. Just wondering how you might be able to see how they're... Sorry. I don't know how you're able to see that they're lizards, but... I mean, you've got the regular crystal lizards, but they're not people, so... The interesting thing is that there are lizard people in the game, but in the broken archstone. Now, I don't know if you remember, but there's one archstone that is broken, and it's called the Land of Giants, I think. And lizard people are in that archstone, but we can't access that archstone because it was cut from the game. So they decided to have it be broken to have it cut from the game, so... I'll be back in just 10 seconds. I've returned. So I'll try and give you a better look at them. They do have green scales, yeah, but not that I understand why, but they're more like trolls. They're not called trolls, but I don't know. Let's have a look. They definitely do have green scales, but I'm trying to have a look and get a better look at them. Well, I guess I can understand the lizard aspect, but if you look at their faces, they're definitely human. You can see their facial features. They've got like very round heads, they've got a nose, they've got yeah, I understand why you might have thought they were lizard people. But maybe they are crossed with lizards in some way. I guess I didn't even consider that. Yeah, I wasn't able to work out what you meant by that, but no, I understand. That makes sense. Maybe they, I don't know, they're kind fornicated with lizards or something, I've got no idea. They are fucking ugly, you're correct. Lots of enemies in this game are quite ugly. But, yeah, they're definitely some of the ugliest. They're quite annoying to fight, but, come on. But yeah, definitely, quite unattractive. So, I don't know how many more rounds of that, crystal lizard killing we can do, but I'd say we can do at least another 3, which is going to be pretty good for our, item count. So that's going to work out quite well. Of course, I prefer not to do all this backtracking on camera, but, yeah, it's necessary, so I'm just going to have to do it. I said that I was going to stream for about an hour and 30 minutes, but I've gone and streamed for 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, what I'm going to do is just try to upgrade this sword as much as I can during this playthrough. I'm just going to ignore that crystal lizard back there. It just takes too much time for me to try and kill it, so I'm going to ignore it completely. But yeah, what am I saying? The sword needs to be upgraded to +8, and I'm going to try and upgrade that as much as I can in this video. I should be able to get enough stuff to upgrade it after killing all these crystal lizards, you would think. If I can't get enough materials from killing every single one of those crystal lizards every single time I go into that pit, then God knows how I was going to do it without being able to do that. But I should be able to. This is the point. We should be fine. So we're going to give it a shot. And I'm going to try and do that by the end of this video. Might double check YouTube and Smashcast. What have we got? Nothing on Smashcast, who would have thought? And nothing on YouTube. That's alright. Twitch is the place to go, apparently. So, you guys are running away and I need to catch up to you now. I was distracted by my recording stuff. So this is actually fine because I was thinking that maybe they wouldn't go all the way to the pit, but they do. So it's best to actually bring them all into the pit. Fucking, oh there we go. Excellent, this is really good. So, into the center, and then God's Wrath. That's a lot of dead lizards. Very nice. So, chunk of hardstone, large shards, and a chunk of hardstone. More hardstone. I think we're doing pretty well. Yeah, I think we'll be good. We're definitely going to be able to get this thing to plus whatever. It's the chunks that we really want right now, because we can buy as many shards and large shards as we want through the Filthy Man. However, we can't buy chunks of hardstones, so it's important that we pick up as many chunks as we can. I like that chubby guy's top hat. Yeah, he's called the Fat Official, not to be confused with the Fat Controller, but he is essentially the Fat Controller, just a little bit upset, more than a little bit. But an interesting thing about those guys is that if you actually look at their faces, they've got these pale, fat faces with sharp teeth. They're really creepy, but anyway, once again, most of the enemies in this game are really gross. So, yeah. You can actually get his hat, and it is necessary for a side quest where you rescue Yuria the Witch. And the top hat has some sort of magical quality which causes the fat officials to think that you're one of them. And it even causes Yuria the Witch to think you're a fat official as well. As soon as you put on that top hat, hey, you're one of those obese people with the crop, with pale faces and sharp teeth and double chins, etc. But yeah, you know, that's the sort of effect that hat has. So if you like those hats, just don't wear one in real life, because people will look at you and think that you're obese, pale, double-chinned, with sharp teeth. So yeah, that is if this game is to be trusted. in its realism, which I don't think that it is. But, yeah, anyway. Back we go again. And then once again, I mentioned this in my previous build as well, if I were doing this in the Let's Play format, I'd just be cutting all of this out, because, you know, or at the very least cutting to the point where I'm in the pit with the crystal lizards, but of course I can't do that in a live stream. But once again, I wouldn't want to do this in a Let's Play format again. I've done it in a Let's Play format before, and it set me back an entire 12 months, okay, because of how much I needed to edit. So just being able to record all this stuff without editing it is just so good, and that's pretty much the main reason why I'm streaming in the first place. I also enjoy streaming and connecting to an audience while recording. I enjoy that, but on a functional level, definitely, that's the reason why I'm doing it. But I'm reiterating, so I won't go into details about that. Yeah. So you're able to get his hat in World 1, it's 1-3 that you get it. You get it by killing one specific fat official. It's the one that you kill as you return back to the gate that sort of creates a shortcut through the area. It's sort of just before you get to the boss. And it is once again required to rescue Yuria the Witch. And the reason why it's required is because if you don't have it, the fat official won't drop the stairs that you need to get up to that fat official and Yuria the Witch, because they're at a higher level, you see, and the fat official only drops down that walkway for other fat officials, and if you've got that hat on, he thinks that you're one of them. So anyway, yeah, all good. Easy. More chunks of hardstone. Very, very nice. And of course, the more lower levels of hardstone that we get, regular shards and also large shards, the less we have to buy as well. So I'm not opposed to getting those, but definitely the more chunks we get, the better. That's the priority at this point. Shit. But yeah, we picked up some pure hardstone and pure sharpstone just up there. Very important. So you basically do get free hardstone and sharpstone in the pure path, or at the pure level in this game, and it's only here where you get those, I believe. You get a free pure clear stone from Ostrava of Boletaria when you rescue him in World 1-3, and as far as you get pure grey stone from Skirvir the Wanderer when you show him the Dragonbone Smasher. So to get pure grey stone, you in effect need World 2 at pure white World Tendency. So yeah, so I just went in that before Grey Havoc. Getting lost in that area is quite frustrating. I almost got lost just before, but basically as long as there's this one point where you get to a tunnel where it has one of those big fat things that explode. He will not be moving anywhere. He's going to be stuck in one place unless you kill him. Once you kill him, you'll be able to progress, and it's a nightmare. I don't like it. But definitely there is a shortcut for this area if you're not familiar with it. Basically what you do is instead of just as you start in the area, and I can show you, it's where I was going to have a look at those weird troll people before. Instead of going left down that tunnel with the exploding carts, you instead go to the right, continue down to the end, and then drop down those shortcut paths, and then you end up straight at the boss. So it allows you to skip all of the bullshit of the tunnels and the lava lake and all of that. But yeah, I do not like going that way. The way you went is the long way, and it tends to be the way most people go when they haven't really played the game before. So yeah, it sucks. I hate it. I think even can't remember which way I went when I first played the game, like first ever played the game. I might have actually just looked online to figure out where to go, and then I saw that there was a shortcut maybe. I think that's possible. I hate this guy's fire. Try to protect myself with this pillar. It's nice that this pillar exists. Go into another attack, maybe? No. I ran out of stamina to do that. Stop it. Jesus. Once again, I do apologise for the repetition of the Crystal Lizard pit. because of course I had to do it in the previous playthrough as well, and to be honest, I'll probably have to do it in most of the playthroughs. And I don't enjoy that repetition. I would rather you guys be more entertained than that, but I think what I'm going to do is after this time, I'm instead, and oh, they might all have despawned. This is one problem with this. You need to actually go all the way back to see that they've despawned, and I think we might have caused them all to despawn now. Yeah, so the way that I'm going right now, this is the way that you went. So you're in this area, which is basically, if you continue all the way down, instead of taking the elevator back up, which is what I've been doing, you instead continue down this way. You end up in a more open area with those flying things buzzing around, as you'll remember. And you've also got Patches the Hyena, who drops that big fat thing on you and all that. Then you continue on into the tunnels, and that's where you got lost. You can completely ignore all of that, and instead turn right at that first junction. So, yes. That is the best way to go if you want to save yourself some time and some frustration. That will take you to a dead end, technically, but that has a crystal lizard as well and a few other things. But yeah. So all the shortcut requires you to do is just drop down from platform to platform. In the previous build, when I did that, I fucked it up royally. Like, I died a number of times trying to do it. It's really sad that I've actually managed to fail that. The reason why I failed it was because I had my screen brightness really low, because basically any change that I make to the brightness of the screen in OBS will reflect in some way or another on my actual television screen, because I'm using the Elgato Capture HD, which like has a direct feed from both, like from one to the other, and whatever you change there will change on the screen there. And I had it so dark that I couldn't see one of the platforms that I had to roll to, so I messed up the timing on it and died, and then in the process of trying to get back there, I think I fucked up again because I was getting annoyed, and yeah, didn't work out too well. But definitely, learning to do that without dying is hard, because falling in this game, this business here, that's hard. I don't like the falling mechanics in this game, but it actually, it's something really special about Demon Souls as well, because falling is really terrifying in this game. They made it a lot less terrifying in the other Souls games, but in this game, the way you just slowly float down, there's something about that. Yeah, it's creepy. And I tend to die most often from falling in this game, always. I didn't used to mostly die from that, but as I became better at the game, one thing that always would mess me around is falling. So what we're going to do is go to Blacksmith. Actually, before we go to Blacksmith Ed, we'll upgrade this as much as we can through Baldwin, I think. And then, oh my god, we still need to buy some... Alright, well these souls, we have 6,572 of them. We're actually going to... ooh, Swollen Demon Soul. We don't need that, I don't think. You can make the meat cleaver with that. We don't want the meat cleaver. You can also make that miracle, which we don't want. Let me just Swollen Demon Soul. Meat cleaver regeneration, that's what it's called. It was called slow healing or something, I think it was called. It's actually called regeneration in the correct English translation. We're going to consume the Swollen Demon Soul because we're not going to use it for anything else, so better to get the souls from it. The rest of these we're going to equip here, and I just want these souls so that we can comfortably upgrade without worrying about running out of souls as we do that. And then maybe if we have a lot left for whatever reason, we'll upgrade with those souls. Oh dear. So yeah, this is an unfortunate thing that has to be done for this playthrough, the whole upgrading your sword process. But definitely, I think after this point, what I'm going to do is cut that out actually in the live stream. So how I'll work that is I'll just stop live streaming, and then, or I'll do everything I can before I have to go to the crystal lizards, and then I'll do it off camera and then start streaming again. So let's say I would do it in between recordings is basically what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't subject you to the crystal lizard pit again. I've shown you what it's like to go there without God's Wrath, and I've shown you what it's like to go there with God's Wrath. Now you don't need to see that shit anymore. So in the rest of my builds, I'm not going to subject you to that again. let's go to Blacksmith Ed. Actually, no. Before we do that, once again, we'll go to Baldwin. Upgrade it as much as we can. We might be able to get it to +8 through Baldwin, in fact. So, oh no, that's what we need to do. We need to go into World 2-1 anyway to buy Hardstone from the Filthy Man. Do we have any lore as to what the fuck the Swollen Demon is? Like, why is his head a bird? And what's with the sword? I don't know. He might be... Look, he's probably some obese butcher at some point. Because it's the meat cleaver, right? And in his other hand, he's actually holding the butcher's knife from Dark Souls. So he's got the butcher's knife in one hand and the meat cleaver in one hand. So he's probably some demon butcher. As far as the bird for a head, I don't know. There probably is some sort of lore about it, but I just don't know of it, so... Who knows? I'm going to buy 20 of these. I'm definitely going to need at least that much. As far as large shards, I don't know. I should have enough. At least for the first few upgrades. And then when I need to get more, I will go and buy some from the Filthy Man. What we are hoping for is that we have enough chunks of Hardstone. Seven. Yes, we're able to get it to +8. Excellent. So we just need, was it 6 more shards of Hardstone, and then we've got it to +8, and that's all we needed to do, guys. That's literally it. So I'm very happy to see that we can do that comfortably without any real problems. We don't even have to go and waste the time going to the Filthy Man in World 2 to get large shards. We can just buy regular shards, and then we're done. So very happy to see that. So what this means is that once we go into World 4 and get the Storm Demon Soul, we'll be able to use the Red Hot Demon Soul to then change this weapon into the Morion blade, which is going to be the blade for our build. So very important. I'm blind, obviously. I thought I needed... No, I'm obviously blind. Sorry, I need to get one more. Excellent. Obviously, I misread whatever was written there. Okay. Buy one more, and then that's good. And it was necessary for us to get all of those souls as well. So, because it is quite pricey when you have to buy all of those upgrade materials. And then also there is a cost for physically upgrading the weapon as well. So, there we go, +8. You can technically upgrade a weapon that is beyond +8, so it needs to be a minimum of +8. You could actually take a +10 sword if you wanted to, and then upgrade it to the Morion blade if you want. Dark Souls took +10 upgrades to +15, and then Dark Souls 2 took +15 upgrades to +20. So, at least I think so. I'm not an authority on Dark Souls 2, I can tell you that much. Also, why does the bird shine? It's a magical bird, what more needs to be said? But anyway, so, Bastard Sword +8. Let me think what else needs to be done. I mean, I'll probably be upgrading this shield as well, which is going to require hardstones, so... Yeah, maybe I'll put the rest of my hardstone into this, but maybe I'll do that off camera or just at another time in general. And basically, in the next live stream, what we're going to be doing is taking on the entirety of World 4. Our current damage is 207. Not really the best damage ever, to be honest with you, but it's alright, it's not too bad. So, by the end of the 9th live stream for Demon Souls, which will be the next one, we will ideally have the Morion blade upgraded to at least +1, we'll have the Second Chance Miracle ready to use, and we'll also have, if I can possibly complete World 3-1 as well, within the time that I want to live stream in, we will have the Clever Rat's Ring, which is essentially the Red Tear Stone Ring. So that's going to be very useful, and we will finally, starting in that part, be able to have a Morion blade build, because at this point it's all been preparations to get us to that point. In the next video, we'll actually be able to get the stuff for the build, so that's going to be really good, and I can't wait to do that. And then once we do that, we'll probably go through World 1, I guess. Unless we choose to go through World 3 to get another colorless demon soul through the gold mask, and then also kill Yurt so that we can later get access, or even immediately get access to Mephistopheles, who will give us more colorless demon souls. Basically, I'm not going... Actually, I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'm going to confirm that right now. Let's just have a look. Morion blade can't be upgraded. We don't even need to bother with that shit, guys. We don't need to upgrade the thing. It's not even an upgradable weapon. And I just had a flash in my head there. I don't think you can upgrade the Morion blade, and I just double checked and you can't. So that's actually a good thing, because we don't have to waste time doing that crap. So that's really good. I'm happy with that. Anyway, guys, I thank you all for watching. This has been the 9th live stream for Demon Souls. In the next video, we will hopefully be able to actually get properly, well and truly started on our Morion blade build and start doing that low health sort of business. And we're going to, after that point, start focusing on vitality and getting that up, because we want more health so that 30% equates to more health overall. Not so much for the benefit of new game content play, but New Game Plus and beyond, because obviously the monsters are going to be doing more damage at that point. So, you know, having things like Second Chance is definitely overkill for New Game, but once you're in the much higher levels, yes, it will be it will be necessary to have more health, more defense, have Second Chance. That's the whole idea of it. So I thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Someone just joined the stream in Twitch just as I was finishing. Sorry about that. Thank you for watching, Grey Havoc. I enjoyed having a chat to you. Follow me if you would like to see more of that. And I do have a YouTube channel as well. It's called Doomlink with a K. And I'll see you when I'm next streaming Demon Souls. Thank you all for watching, and I should be streaming within the next few days, at least doing Demon Souls. If not, then I'll be doing Wind Waker or something else. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.